Hi everybody, welcome to a new vlog. I just finished my other vlog. I'm pretty sure like 8 or 9 books behind on my Goodreads goal at this point because I haven't been enjoying reads. I haven't been reading a lot. I've been reading chunky books that take me a long time to read. I have never been this behind before. It should be 8 because I need to log in Jade War, but that's a lot of books to be behind. So I borrowed a few books from the library, aka graphic novels that I would like to read to catch up. I'm just going to introduce those first, and then if I get into other books later, which I definitely will, I will also talk about those. I think I'm going to start off with the shortest one because I want to read that and then return it on my way to work. Ghosted in LA by Sina Grace, Shaban Keenan, and Kathy Lee. The girl who moves to LA for her boyfriend and she gets broken up with, and then she moves into this house with ghosts. That's like basically what the premise is. I have A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. Illustrations are by Jim Kay. I have heard this name before. This is also kind of a graphic novel, but not really. It's basically a book with illustrations. I just was browsing and I found this one, but it's a graphic novel called Night Bus by Zuo Ma. I don't really know what it's about. I just know that it is magical, and it is a magical realist debut from an underground Chinese cartoonist. So, hello, why not? I have a reread, but it's Mouse, the complete one. So it's volume 1 and 2 by Art Spiegelman, and it is a YA graphic memoir, I guess, of Art Spiegelman's father or grandfather's time during the Holocaust. This is also a banned book. I'll probably use my I read banned books bookmark from Move On because people in this country are trying to erase history. Sorry, my books are like about to fall. People in this country are trying to erase history of the Holocaust and not allowing people to learn about this awful time so that they can continue persecuting and discriminating Jewish people in this country. So I thought I would reread it. I will get started with this while I eat lunch, and then, oh yeah, in terms of novels, this book is due soon, so I have to read it. Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. Now I have 3 of her books. The reason why I wanted to borrow this one is because I really enjoyed her first 2 books. Then the third one, I kind of understood the critiques of it, of like the whole series, in fact, that I kind of was questioning whether or not I would enjoy this one. This is about Alexis. She is a ER doctor, and then she has a fling with a guy named Daniel who's 10 years younger than her, and they both live very, very different lives. Her uber wealthy parents want her to become a world-renowned surgeon like they are, but she's okay just being an ER doctor. Not to say that ER doctors are anything less, which I feel like it kind of sounds like. Daniel is a carpenter and he lives in this small little town while she lives in the big city, and they obviously lead completely different lives, and it's whether or not she can choose between his world and hers. Instead of going home and editing my vlog for tomorrow, I'm here waiting to go out to celebrate a friend's birthday who doesn't even really want to celebrate his birthday, but I'm going anyway just to get like good food, good drinks, spend a few hours there, go home, and then fucking power edit my video for tomorrow. I'm about 115 pages into Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. It's okay so far. It's pretty cheesy. There's like supposed to be like obvious chemistry between them. They're seeing each other for the second time, or they're thinking about the third time. Alexis is dealing with a really complicated separation, divorce type of situation, so no solid thoughts. It's all happening really fast and it's cheesy, but it's a romance, so what else can I say? I'm getting ready for bed. I'm in my comfy parade set. You can use my code Noa Jasmine for some money off, and I'll leave that down below as well, or a link that will directly lead you to it so you don't have to input anything. And I finished Part of Your World and I'm giving it 2 stars. It was really cute at the beginning, you know, very typical insta love romance. It didn't click, especially with Alexis being 38 years old and leading such a privileged life, which fine, but like it seemed unbelievable to me that at 38 years old and having been college educated, she didn't know how to do way too many things. I feel like if you don't know how to do laundry already, you learn in college, but She still didn't know how to do that. You can't cook, fine, but I just felt like she was way too sheltered as a 38-year-old and really whiny. She held on too much of her family legacy when she didn't need to. I also just imagined Neil as Dr. I think it's Karasik, because I don't watch Grey's anymore, but that's who I imagined, because he just has a punchable face. I thought that the connections to Grey's Anatomy, I don't know if they were, but I thought they were. It was kind of funny. Like Derek, her twin brother, her father wanted Derek to go into neurology, and their last name is Montgomery, like Addison. So I read this, about 125 pages. Went to go see Jurassic World with my family, and so I picked up a few books at the library. Jennifer McMahon's The Children on the Hill for Gabby's book club. I also picked up Girls of Storm and Shadow, which is the sequel to Girls of Paper and Fire. The Charm Offensive by Alison Cochrun. I have a hookup at Barnes & Noble, so I got some books at Barnes & Noble. My own copy of Thank You Mama by Linda Meeker, which I read my sister's copy, Burning God. And I think most importantly, Jade's Legacy by Fonda. I'm a little bit sad that this is a hardcover because obviously it was only released in November, so the paperbacks aren't out yet, since I have Jade City and Jade War as paperbacks. But I will say that my Jade City, it got damaged in the rain, so I might buy the books and have them all as hardcovers. Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to tuck myself in with a book, probably a graphic novel. As for page count, so far I've read 482 pages. I just finished reading Mouse by Art Spiegelman. I only read like 80 pages of it last night, so I read the majority of it today. It is nonfiction, so I'm not going to rate it. Obviously, it's a really difficult time. Just like hearing about it, even though I've read it before, hearing about it again is really awful. I definitely recommend it. It's something that happened. It's someone's first account of what happened, of the persecution that they survived and endured. As for what I should move on to next, probably Tell Me How You Really Feel by Aminah Safi that I've had out from the library to read during Asian Readathon. This is a YA sapphic romance. Feel like I'm gonna have a high page count just because I'm planning on reading a lot more graphic novels. Third book down already because I read 2 graphic novels. So OOTD today is this Lisa Says God top and white jeans from Uniqlo. Code and I are getting ready to leave to do laundry and errands, and then we'll probably go out to a bar. But then we only just now realized that we're matching.
I'm the original.
Nah. We do sometimes have like the same color top or something, but never like this coordinated. Like we're literally that couple, and it's completely by accident.
She's not original though.
Hey! Hoda and I went to Amma Raw Bar. Oysters, amazing. We definitely will be back there. Drinks were alright, but the oysters were definitely like the highlight. I only read a little bit, like 20 pages today, so I'm like 50 pages in so far because I definitely fell asleep super hard on the train when I was reading this on Friday. This is a sapphic YA romance. Sana is like the popular cheerleader at this private school, and then there is Rachel, who is a film buff. Rachel absolutely hates Sana because she's like at this private school on scholarship, and Sana asked Rachel out, and Rachel thought it was a prank. So ever since then she thought it was this really cruel joke and she can't stand her. Rachel must have Sana like be the star of her senior film project to get into college. I don't really understand the hatred because Sana seems really nice, but you know, I'm only 50 pages in. I'm showered, like ready to head out to work in a little bit, but I think I'm gonna read because the night before I got like 4.5 hours of sleep. So as soon as I got on the train, I read like half a page and passed out. Monday I wasn't able to read anything. I almost need to wrap up the vlog, so I really wanted to finish reading Tell Me How You Really Feel. And it's a YA book, so I really didn't think it would take me this long to read, but again, not dedicating enough time to reading. That's always the problem. It's been really nice out, a little bit of humidity, but I'm also getting like eaten alive by bugs. Hello. So So yesterday I read more than I did over the weekend. I only read 83 pages, but I'm hoping that I can finish this today. Right, this book, because this is the last day for the reading vlog. So far my page count is 910 pages, which, you know, is pretty typical. Not as much as I would like. I think that I'm going to do a little bit of editing and then read, and if possible I might read one. My desk is such a mess. I might read one of these books. Ow. But they're kind of chunky. Like, this one is chunky. I know it's a graphic novel, but it definitely will take a long time to read, so I might save this for like the new vlog. This one is a lot of words. It's sort of like a chapter book, if you will, but this is also still like 200 pages, so dang, I thought it would smell good. I feel like it's not the best idea to get a little bit too ambitious. I'm just going to stick to this. I'll edit what I have so far. I don't know if I'm gonna start a new reading vlog on Thursday because I'm leaving for Spain next week for a family vacation. I definitely won't be reading a lot, obviously. I don't know if I want to do like a Spain vlog, just because I don't want to have to carry a lot of cameras around and look extra touristy. I also think I'm having one of those situations where I'm reading this book for way too long and it's taking me out of the story, and it doesn't help that this book is YA, so they're reading pretty young. I still really just don't understand why Rachel hates Sana so much, and I feel like that plays into it as well. Sana's situation, or her family situation, also really reminds me of Gilmore Girls. Sana being Rory, and I kind of like that similarity, but that's about it. I kind of just can't wait for this to be over. I'm here to do the final wrap-up page count for the vlog. I read Ghosted in LA Volume 1. I think I give it 3 stars. I read Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, which I gave it 2 stars. The Complete Mouse, Volumes 1 and 2 by Art Spiegelman, nonfiction, no rating. I was able to finish Tell Me How You Really Feel by Aminah Safi, and I gave it 2 stars. I couldn't get into it. Everything kind of just happened in the last 60 pages, and by then I really couldn't care, so 2 stars. And I didn't want to go to sleep yet, so I read A Monster Calls, and I was planning on reading it like only half of it, but I ended up reading the whole thing through. So this is A Monster Calls by Ness, and inspired by an idea from Siobhan Dowd with illustrations by Jim Kay, and I'm giving this 4 stars. 13-year-old boy summons this monster unknowingly, and he shows up at the same time every day, 7 minutes past midnight. Connor thinks that he's seeing this nightmare every day, but the monster is here to tell him 3 stories, and for the 4th story, Connor is going to tell him his own nightmare. It wants the truth. So this was like a really beautiful book. It's really sad. Connor's just trying to make the best out of his situation, and he is so afraid, and you know, the truth can be really scary. So I'm giving this 4 stars. I think it was a really beautiful tribute to Siobhan Dowd. I think he was supposed to write a book for her, but with her, but she unfortunately passed away or something like that. Ness wanted to write a story that Siobhan Dowd would enjoy, so this is what they came up with. And so with all of that, with my 5 books, like 3 graphic novels, my total page count is 1,249 pages. I feel like I've been having a really variety of reads. Not really, that's a lie. I've been really having terrible reads because I'm not reading a lot, and so I want to be more purposeful with the books that I choose so that I can enjoy them even though I am behind on my Goodreads score. I will see you all next time. Thank you very much for watching. Bye!